Imagine you're walking through a forest in Ontario. You see tall maple trees, squirrels darting across the trail, and birds chirping in the trees above. Everything feels like it belongs. But sometimes, things show up in an environment that don't belong, and they can cause big problems. These are called invasive species. An invasive species is a plant, animal, or insect that ends up in a place where it doesn't naturally live. Sometimes people bring them by accident, like in the bottom of boats or in cargo from other countries. Sometimes they're brought in on purpose, but things don't go as planned. Either way, invasive species can quickly take over and cause harm to local ecosystems. One example is the emerald ash borer. This tiny green beetle came from Asia and was first found in Ontario in the early 2000s. It lays its eggs inside ash trees. When the larvae hatch, they eat the tree from the inside out. Thousands of ash trees across the province have died, and forests and city parks have lost shade and shelter. It's expensive and difficult to stop. Another invasive species is the zebra mussel. These tiny creatures stick to hard surfaces, like rocks, boats, and even water pipes. They came from Europe in ballast water, the water ships carry to stay balanced. Now they're found in many Ontario lakes. Zebra mussels clog pipes, ruin boats, and hurt native fish by eating all the food. Once they take over, they're almost impossible to remove. And then there's garlic mustard. It looks like a regular plant, but it spreads super fast and pushes out native wildflowers in the forest. It releases chemicals into the soil that makes it hard for other plants to grow. This changes the whole forest ecosystem, making it harder for animals that depend on native plants to survive. Invasive species spread quickly, eat up resources, and make it hard for local plants and animals to live. They don't have predators in their new environment, so nothing keeps them in check. That's what makes them such a problem. So what can we do? Communities across Ontario are working to protect local ecosystems by removing invasive species and educating people about them. Some parks post signs asking visitors not to pick or move certain plants. Some cities ask boaters to wash their boats before moving between lakes to stop spreading mussels. It takes teamwork and awareness to make a difference. And that brings us to your writing challenge. You're going to write a letter to your local mayor or community leader. Your goal is to convince them to take action against an invasive species. Choose one example from today's video, like the emerald ash borer, zebra mussel, or garlic mustard. In your letter, explain what the problem is, how it affects your local environment, and what you think should be done about it. Use facts from what you learned and explain why this matters to people in your community. Be polite, be clear, and be persuasive. Your voice can help protect the place you live.